Hey guys, welcome back to the Tax City Tech live stream here on Wednesdays at between 6:30 and 7 o'clock. If you
Something
guys
like
are
that.
just joining us, we did have some minor difficulties, but we are all set up and ready to go today. Have a chat with you guys, see what's going on. To preface this live stream, I guess, we'll just get right into it. We've got some events coming up. First one being SpeedQB Championships. That is this weekend. West Coast California Regional Championships will be October 14th and 15th.
Is that the open class?
Yeah, this is going to be open class, so any gun is allowed. Um, that is Saturday and Sunday. I believe only a certain amount of teams are going to make it to the Sunday stage. So,
Well, yeah, they'll be eliminated Saturday, right?
yeah, hopefully I don't get eliminated Saturday. I kind of want to play Sunday.
Yeah,
So,
right.
shout out to whoever I'll be running with because I will be showing up as a sub.
Shout out to
So,
whoever beats Kevin's team.
wow. Thanks for the pep talk. Great, great coworker. No, I'm just kidding. Um,
The best.
SpeakQB is coming up, so that is this weekend. So if you guys are attending, hopefully we'll see some of you guys. Say hi. If you guys are attending and you're a local team, I would also advise if you are watching, go ahead and bring any guns that you need ready for this weekend. I would try and do that now rather than later.
Are you
Uh,
sure?
because last event, I mean,
It
Zach
was
had
pretty
like,
bad.
yeah, Zach had like 9 ESGs in on one day, and I was like, look, man,
That's not happening.
yeah, that's not happening again. Someone's not gonna have a gun, all right? So
A lot
something,
of people are not going to have
yeah.
guns.
I
Hey
think
guys, can you build this in 2 days?
right. But if you guys are looking to get work done on your guns and you need it, we are kind of open to small same day services.
Yeah.
So if you guys need minor tuning, new barrels, new buckings, all the workings, please come see us before Friday because otherwise we will be really busy on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Um, so there will be no same day fixes for anybody uh, during the tournament. If your gun goes down, it goes down.
If you're looking for a gun to be built for this tournament, that's also just not happening.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
kind of short notice.
and honestly,
Uh,
if you're trying to change your setup a little bit, I always had a rule of thumb. When I was competing
yeah,
back in like 2017, 2018,
right.
um, I was sort of that I was tinkering with my Polar Star, and I learned a couple times and developed a rule to not screw with your tournament gun like the week or two before the event. If
Never.
there's some little quirk or something you don't like how your hop is, or maybe you want to try taking it apart and realigning it, you're asking for a bad time because
Yeah,
there's
no,
it's a you're flipping a
100%.
coin.
I last event, well, with this season, what ended up happening, I built a brushless build, ended up frying that brushless motor.
Mhm.
I just got another one, and I was about to go put it in this week into my tournament gun, and then I go, wait,
You thought about it.
yeah, I was like, wait. Ever since I put the 25K from G&G in,
It's
those
been
are,
great.
yeah, those are decent motors. Ever since I put that in, yeah, it does get hotter than the brushless, but I thought about it and I was like, this gun has been working flawlessly for the past 3.5 months.
And it hasn't burnt out.
Yeah, I'm not opening this and doing a brushless rebuild
If
the
you have a
week.
working gun, do not screw with it before
Yeah,
the tournament.
let me finish this event and then
Yeah,
I'll mess around with the brushless rebuild. I actually
100%.
picked up a 35K. So, but anyways, back to the topic. So SpeakQB is happening. So keep that in mind. Get your guns in before it's too late. Preferably tomorrow or Friday. Um, just for minor fixes and tweaks. Other than that, past SpeakQB, I know October 21st.
I
We
think we
will.
said it was the 14th last week.
Yeah, that was my mistake. I blanked out. I couldn't remember that that was championship week.
Mm.
We will be having a Halloween event. We will have one in the morning for younger fellas, right? The kids, and then we will have a kind of all ages type deal. I believe it's like 14 and up uh, for the night event for our Halloween thing. It's non-airsoft related. It's gonna be like a Halloween like maze.
Don't bring your airsoft guns.
Yeah, do not bring anything airsoft related.
Airsoft replicas.
Yeah, please don't bring your replicas. Outside of that, we are still looking for volunteers. That is still open. So please email Brandon at taxcityairsoft.com. Black Brick Ops says hi. What up, bro?
What's up,
Welcome,
dude?
welcome back. Um, yeah, we are still accepting volunteers. We're still accepting donations for Halloween stuff that you guys might not need. So if you guys are looking to get rid of that from your garage or whatever, we'll take it. We'll make use of it for this event. But if you guys are showing up to the event, be advised, minors, you will need a guardian or an adult of some sort present with you, just because this event will be interfering with curfew. So please keep that in mind for all you guys that are younger, below 18. Yeah. Outside of that, the next event after that, we got a lot of stuff going on here at TAC. Is the Cry Attack event. So please join us for that. I believe we went over that last week and the week before that.
Yeah, we did.
But as we were getting closer, just a reminder, if you guys haven't already, get your Cry Attacks downgraded with us. I would do that now if you're an outdoor player and you're looking to come here. Our limit is 350 with a 0.20 gram BB. So if your Cry Attack does not meet that standard for Chrono, I would suggest you guys check those in as soon as possible so we can get to them before the day of the Crytek event. The last thing I want is to be sitting here doing 9 or 10 Cryteks back to back for people that really want to just be out there playing instead of getting their gun downgraded.
Hmm.
So just a heads up to you guys. But today, outside of events, topic wise, I know we were talking about eye protection and face wear as a thing because I do see a lot of players still kind of either in the dark about it or maybe they just can't be bothered to do their research on like what eye pro uh, they should be buying. This is just kind of a variety that you guys see on the table. Um, I'll let Garrett kind of go through it as he did pick out some of these masks for certain reasons.
Oh, I'm
So
starting us off.
yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay. So first things first, I'm just gonna go my left to right here. We have HK Army does not make the, maybe they still make the KLR.
They do.
Um, I don't honestly don't know how this is different, but this is one of the options. Um, you'll notice that most of, if not all, okay, maybe one or two of them are not um, paintball tournament like rated and popular masks within paintball tournaments, but honestly, for the most part, those are probably the best ones you can use in airsoft, at least if you're playing indoors and you don't have like certain uniform requirements that you have to meet. All of these come with chin straps as well as the head strap. They're full face protection and they're full seal on the eyes. And I'm pretty sure, except for maybe this one, all of these things have thermal lenses, which means there's two actual panes of material in there separated by a little foam gasket. And what that does is prevent you from fogging. They also try to take a lot of effort into making sure that the geometry of these masks, the way that they're shaped, um, doesn't let the mask fog up very well. Um, there's one other thing to look out for if you're looking for a mask like this, which honestly I think you'd agree with me.
Yeah.
Um, anything on this table except for maybe this guy in the middle, uh,
I mean, unless
is
you're
going to be
really
a
on a
great mask for
budget,
airsoft.
I think that is more for a new player or maybe
Well,
a
honestly, for
loner
a
mask.
new player, the first thing you should buy, um, the first honestly piece of equipment you should own when you're playing airsoft isn't a gun. It should be a good mask.
Yeah, good mask always comes first.
And then you can rent for the next couple times you play till you save up
Yeah.
enough money to get like an entry level gun. But a good mask will make or break your experience because if you have a bad mask, you're gonna be fogging all the time. It's no good. Anyways,
Yeah.
thermal lenses, full seal, full face protection, and ears. That's what we recommend. If you want to wear a mesh and goggles, you can go find some other live stream talking about those because we're an indoor field and this is what helps protect people from getting their teeth and their face shot up on full force nights here at Tac City. Um, this is not a very good color, honestly. What this appears to be to me is a dye uh, I3 that they have started to remake. Now, I did a bit of reading on this before we brought it on the stream. This one apparently is shaped a little bit differently to help you fog, or not fog, rather, help you prevent fogging very well. But this is actually, before we had the dye I4, this was one of the nicer, cooler masks on the market. So,
Call that
uh,
the Halo Master Chief mask
yeah, honestly,
colorway.
that's what it
Yeah,
was.
reminds you of it. I
Yeah.
think that's what they were going for too. I mean, I did inadvertently like mention that a while back.
Well, when were they were making these masks like what, 2004?
Yeah, it was just
It's
weird.
old school, man.
It's old
So
school. It's definitely a throwback seeing that die accent. It's like you look
they're
at it and
making
if
it
you
again,
know
yeah.
it's like an i3 frame, for those of you guys that have been around for a while.
I think was it Bob the Axeman wore an
Yeah,
i3, right?
Bob
Yeah.
Bob had an i3, which is essentially this die access mask.
You younger kids
Uh,
probably won't know who that is.
Now, if you're on a budget, I would totally take the die access over the HK. Yeah,
100,000%. Honestly, I didn't even look
spend
at the
the
price on
extra.
this.
They're supposed to be like $80.
Yeah, spend
They're
the 80,
not supposed to be like your nicer dies.
spend the $80.
Moving on to the dies, because we like to talk about how
Well, yeah, we're
great
talking about
dies
that.
are. Pass you the i5 and
So,
let you rant
well,
about
why don't
this
we
one.
work? So, I took a look at the i3.
Okay.
We got the i4 here in the middle. Spoiler alert. This is the best paintball mask, in my opinion, that your money can buy. I like how it's a slimmer profile than that one over there. Um, it doesn't quite cost as much. Honestly, they're pretty close though. The price isn't going to be the difference between them. I believe the lens compatibility is equal
Yeah.
between the
So
two. They
the
both share the same lens.
i4, the i5, both share the same lens. The i5 is going to be a bigger mask. The i5 is essentially
Well, let me keep walking through this
the
one before we get
SLR.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is it no, the i5 is bigger, isn't it?
No, it's about the same. Well, the SLR is actually bigger, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what the
They're
guys
both bigger.
retained when they got released.
Maybe that's the case. But
Because the KLR was like the i4 of HK, and then
oh, so the SLR is the big boy.
yeah, that's
Okay,
kind of the same concept.
for sure.
Yeah.
Um, the thing that this dye mask has over the i5 that is 100% better, and nobody can convince me otherwise, is the lens change system.
Oh
This is
yeah.
so easy to change a lens out on, and you can probably get good at changing them out on i5s, but I wouldn't exactly call it intuitive. To be honest with you, I don't know. Maybe you have to break them in, but we've had a lot of people bring their i5s up here. They want to put a clear lens in because we're an indoor field and you don't have to deal with sun. And if we're playing low light games, you want a clear lens. Uh, those are difficult to change out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Dai says it's toolless.
It technically,
I've yet
but
to
we
see someone
use
do it. Like, I would pay to see that, you know.
yeah, you probably need
No,
to.
no hate towards Dai. I mean, the mask itself works fine. It's just the i5 has, like I said, it's like the bigger brother of the i4, similar to how HK has the SLR, in reference to their old KLR. I still like the i4 just because that's the old classic.
Well, there's a couple disadvantages about this one too. Now, this one is a toss up, but the i5 has a different strap than the i4.
Yeah,
It
it's got
actually
a
has a
little, I don't know if you
ratchet,
guys can
or
see it.
it's like a boa dial on the back. You can
Yeah,
tighten it
it's
down
right
like
there.
that. This one's got the old school, two little plastic tabs. Pull them apart to tighten it, push them closer together
I actually
to
like those
loosen it.
better. You can't change my mind on that one. I don't like these dials
I'm
things.
of
Yeah,
the same opinion. I don't like the
they tend
dial.
to break. I think that.
Well, they actually sell a version of the i4. They call it the i4 Pro that has the i5 strap. If that's what you're looking for, if you really think that's cool, I would still try to get the i4 just because it's easier to change the lens out. Now, if you're a giant person, and you'll find that you're getting your lip shot when you're trying to yell at your friends on the airsoft field because this thing is so low profile. When I talk, you can see my chin
Yeah,
like come out from under the mask. If that's a concern for you, you got to get the i5. It's bigger face. Also, I think the i4 looks cooler.
yeah. The i4 definitely has a nicer, slimmer look.
I think it was more
I
well thought
also I
out.
prefer the strap just because like my thing with all my airsoft stuff and my gear was like, hey, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? Well, the same kind of applies for innovation or I feel like engineering of iPro or like any piece of gear really. I feel like the straps have always worked fine. Adding the
They'll wear out
dial,
over time, but
yeah,
a couple you get like
yeah,
maybe
but
two
it's
three years of
simple.
heavy use.
It's simple, right? Because everybody sees a buckle on a strap and you know how that works, right? You pull it, it tightens.
Well, a lot of our new players don't.
Come on now.
Like if you're new to airsoft, you don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
Like you
but
see
you
kids
see a
walking around there with masks
yeah,
shaking
yeah.
around. You're like, what's going on, dude?
Yeah, yeah. But
Let's keep those
adding,
eyes.
I feel like adding the dial to it, yes, it made it a little more intuitive in terms of, oh, I spin this to tighten it. But then you're adding a ratchet system that is prone to failure at a much higher rate, in my opinion, than a simple strap and a buckle.
Yeah, they gotta talk to like 32 or DC or some snowboard boot manufacturer because I don't have that problem with other dial systems.
Yeah.
But even some
This
shoes are doing
dial
that now.
system, I've had a number of i5s actually, and the dial system is always the first failure. It always
Okay, it's
tends
a
to
point of
fail.
failure.
I get to a point where it just slips. There's no more tension. Like it just stays in one sizing. So if my head, like if I just happen to either not wear a beanie or go for a headband, it's a different size. It starts slipping around because I can't tighten it anymore.
Now, you mentioned innovation, and I wanted to talk about one more negative. I
Uh,
think it's arguable, but you're probably a weirdo if you're arguing against the fact that the die i5 has quick change foam, right? i4 doesn't have that. You
See, I
have to
wish.
get like a kit and glue in a new set of foam for your i4, and the die i5 just like if you're playing outdoors a lot and you sweat a lot, the i5 might be what you want.
Yeah, i5. I agree. The one thing they did right on that mask was the foam replacement.
The one thing.
Yeah, the one thing they did right.
You just prefer the
Because I
i4.
mean, everything else is from the i4. The lens is from the i4, right? The generic front vents are very similar and reminiscent of the i4. I feel like it's just an updated i4, but they made it worse.
Yeah,
You know?
honestly, aesthetically too, if you look
Yeah.
at the i4 around to where you see the back of the lens, it actually the shape of the mask kind of curves with the lens and it looks a bit nicer. Now the i5 technically actually one more thing I didn't mention, the i5 has a better field of view.
Oh, it
Um,
does.
is it noticeable?
To be honest with you, I've played with both over the years. My thing being they're both the same lens. It's not very noticeable to me.
Well,
It might be noticeable to a viewer or a newer player, but
so
to
it's the
me,
same
it's just
lens,
not
but the
noticeable.
difference being this actually showcases more of that lens, like it
Yeah, I feel like
goes
you get
further
like maybe
back.
an extra
Now the only problem is
few inches.
when they gave you that extra few inches, they sacrificed that cool little curve that makes the whole mask look like well put together. It's just like a straight line, and I think it's ugly, personally. I
Yeah,
don't think the mask overall is like an ugly looking mask. I just think that's a this looks better than that.
I don't really mind the look of the mask itself, but I don't know. I just feel like they made it a worse. It's the i5 to me is like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Like
If I
it's
could
just
pull these
a
out of the boxes, I'd point it out to you and I'd show
yeah,
you what I mean.
it's I just feel like it's like Call of Duty. Like they just did stuff that we didn't really ask for. Well, we did ask. We were asked for a better, more intuitive lens change system, but they somehow messed that one up, I guess.
Yeah, no, the
Um,
i4, it's the best
I
lens
don't think
change I've
anybody
ever
asked
messed
for
with.
a dial system because if you pass me the HK, I'll actually show you.
That it
Uh,
doesn't have a dial.
yeah, doesn't have a dial, but I used to work at a paintball shop, so a lot of paintball masks nowadays, like this HK, I'll raise it up. It's got like a band on the back. It's like a rubber like placeholder uh, for like your headband or whatever you're wearing, and it's still got a normal strap that goes through it. Um, I know Virtue runs this. Like a lot of companies do this instead of a dial. I don't know why Dye went with a dial and ratchet system.
Well, so this adjusts the same as an i4. It's got the same
Essentially,
two
it's just
plastic
got
straps. It's
yeah
just it has this
pad.
on a helmet, I think they call that it's not a harness, but it's just the part that goes along the back of your head. Honestly, something bigger like that will keep it more secure. Now, can you buy this and put that on an i4 strap?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So that's probably what I would recommend
Hey, what about the heads up display thing?
for the i5. I
Yeah,
don't believe it was ever put into
that
production
never really came out,
completely.
huh? So they had
I got to
a
see one.
was it cool?
Yeah, but the practicality kind of wasn't there. And
Not
then
really
if you
there.
played in the rain, you kind of screwed.
So what we're talking about right now, they make or we're trying to develop a heads up display
Halo.
that would integrate into the i5 and match up with what was it, the M2?
Yeah.
So one of the die paintball guns. So for a tournament, it would give you like a shot count and some other things.
Yeah, it's like a Call
No
of
mini
Duty.
map though,
It's
right?
like a HUD. Yeah, no mini map.
Yeah, that'd be
I
cheap.
know
That'd be crazy.
Empire made one that ran off of
Yeah,
Google Glass, if I'm not mistaken, way back.
yeah, the EVS.
We we had one at the shop I used to work at, and I put it on. It was quite interesting, like hologram interesting. It's like Google glasses inside of your paintball
Well, have you
mask.
ever seen a heads up display in a car?
Yeah,
Yeah, same
same
thing.
same deal. Yeah, so it's definitely
Where they
interesting.
project it onto the front windshield.
Yeah, definitely interesting, but the electronics, the technology for that is still kind of I think even in the tech world, like with phones and everything, it's relatively like you remember the Google glasses came out.
Yeah.
Um, I think those relatively like the fad kind of died off. The practicality wasn't there,
But if
you know.
someone's not pushing that envelope, we're never gonna see. I'm
Right.
never gonna
You know,
have
maybe
like
we'll
Call
see
of
it.
Duty heads-up display inside my Die i4.
I do have an honorable mention as we go along the line. This is a push ignite mask. You guys might recognize this as the one that Demo wears. But outside of Demo, in paintball wise, it is a very popular option and alternative.
It's the
Uh,
mask that people who want to die but
yeah, this is
who don't
very
want to have a
similar.
die,
Yeah,
that's the one they buy.
this is very similar to a guy where it's got a very slim profile. Uh,
What's going on with your phone?
what I like is this allows you to get really down on your sights. Oh, display phone came off. Got to glue that back in place later. But these come in. My favorite thing is these come in a variety of colorways. So as you guys can see, this one's olive drab camo. Uh, so if you guys are looking to get like fancy with your uniform and you want to like max it out with colors, go for it.
Now, there's
Right?
one thing that all of these masks here have in common, um, is that they don't have gaps in this face area big enough to let a BB slip through and hit you in the mouth.
Yeah.
The die i4, I mean, if you open your mouth wide enough, you might catch a shot
I've gotten
through the
BBs with
bottom
my
teeth.
i4 before, but nothing.
No,
Nothing.
I mean like here.
Oh yeah, here no. I've gotten BBs through it before, but nothing like
I haven't.
not safety related. Because if
That's
you
pretty
get
rare.
if you get shot from behind on the i4, like sometimes it'll end up like in
It's
there,
different
but it's pretty difficult to do that.
from the front now.
Yeah. But moving away, I mean, I think face masks like these are kind of our top choices. Like if you are a indoor player, you don't know what to buy, look at these
Well, you know
because
what?
you know
I wanted to mention the Empire E-Flex.
those are
It's some
decent as well.
They're great for paintball.
Yeah.
I remember I was actually playing with Tanner one time, and he was out there with I don't know if it was
Nice.
the JT or if it was the Empire.
You have the JT.
Okay, yeah, I had the JT, and I'm like, hey man, those gaps on your mask, that's big enough for a BB to get through. You're not worried about that? He's like, nah, that never happened, man. Uh, the very after that set of games we went out to play, he had a fat welt on his lower lip. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it made
how'd
it
that
through.
feel?
I'm building out a JT Proflex right now. I'm trying to find the lower part of it where it's the mesh, but I want it in white, and it's really hard to find. Uh,
Oh, no, no,
because
no, that's not the mask I was talking about.
yeah, it's
Not the
similar.
profile. It is similar, but he
Yeah,
did have an E-Flex on.
yeah,
He did that thing all the paintball guys do, and they fold it up like that.
yeah. I have the lower that's like folded up. That's like the cool one, right?
Mhm.
For paintball, that I mean, airsoft is not gonna. It's not suitable. I need mouth protection. So I'm looking for that lower JT Proflex white like mesh. So if you guys have that,
Why
hit
don't you
me
send
up.
us an email
Yeah, send us an email. I
at
might cut you a break on entry or something.
taxitygearsoft.com, right?
You know? Yeah, please send us an email. I'm trying to build one of those out. Those are really old.
Where's our
But
chat tonight?
yeah, I don't know what's going on with our chat. I
We don't have
know.
enough cool tech parts. We're just talking about boring old masks.
Yeah, I
But
wish we could have tech parts on this stream or guns,
yeah,
replicas, gel blasters. Yeah. Gel blasters are catching on in the U.S.
BB
I think.
slingers.
Yeah, BB sling. That's a good one. That's a good one. Anyways, moving on from the mask. If you guys have any more questions about masks, anybody in our pro shop will be more than happy to help as well. They have pretty much the same knowledge we have about these masks in terms of what's
Well, I
what
don't
would be
know.
a suitable budget, right, or price
Between
range for a new player.
between you
So
and me, we probably have close to 20 years of experience
maybe more
playing
close. Yeah.
and using masks like these.
Yeah.
Most of
Anyways,
mine is behind an
yeah.
i4.
But indoor,
Buy an i4,
yeah. Buy an i4. Full face.
honestly.
You
Get
can't
the
go
black
wrong.
one with the clear lens. You can buy a tinted lens for it if you want to go outdoor. And I will show you how to change it if I'm working. But
Yeah.
clear lens for indoors, the Meta or the HD one.
HD one's nice. But moving on from masks, we have a couple things here. I picked out these for myself just because I don't think this got enough kind of hype. The AceTech Quark.
Now in stores.
Yeah, we have a ton of these, a metric ton. And I see a lot of people using shotguns. And what this is a shotgun tracer. So if you have any sort of Tokyo Marui based M870 shotgun,
Like the Jag as well.
yeah, replica, right? All the Jag replicas, all the I think Golden Eagle
Yeah, yeah.
replicas, Secular arms. This will go on the end of that and allow you to use tracer BBs indoors. Who doesn't love using a shotgun replica and tracer BBs indoors and seeing all six BBs hit somebody in the back, you know?
Well, three
So
at our field.
the only other company that made a shotgun replica tracer was PCU.
That was a
Um,
3D printed one, correct?
yeah,
Are
and
these
he
3D printed?
no. PCU did make an update as well, and I believe it's all metal now, and
Oh
they're
well.
just they're just as good. But in my experience, I was talking to some guys that have run both, specifically DJ from SYG. He had run this one and the PCU. He likes this one better.
What
You know,
about emo?
Demo hasn't said anything about the shot. He hasn't touched the shotgun in like a
Well,
while.
he was when the PCUs first came out. I remember he
Yeah,
was testing that.
I think that was just like I said, just because that was like the only thing on the market at the time. But this Quark, uh, we were talking about it, and I think it's a lot more simple to use,
I mean,
especially if you're familiar with like AceTech. It's the same thing.
AceTech, I think, has there were a couple companies that were making
AceTech
tracers.
Duos,
AceTech, and who was the other one?
X Tech, but you don't see them as much.
No, you really don't. I thought there was a third one though.
I know J&G made Tracer.
No, okay,
A
yeah, but
bunch of
AceTech
companies.
is like far and away the most
Yeah,
popular tracer unit manufacturer. If they're making a shotgun tracer unit, then that's probably the one that you want to buy, just because it's kind of like, for a
it's
while, it
like
was kind of like the
Apple.
Gate Titan. It's like they had the most stuff and most of what you want, even if it doesn't have all the cool features. And honestly, I don't even know what features it does or doesn't have.
I just feel
Does it
like
do the Bifrost thing?
yeah, so you get the flash. I feel like yeah, ASEC has really taken off. I feel like I don't know, the competition has not kept up.
No,
X Cortec and everybody kind of fell out of the rat race. Acetech said, "Cool, we'll keep engineering," and they've made some decent tracers. I've never really had an issue. Um,
I like the X Cortec Chronos. Those are cool, but you guys
yeah.
probably don't have one.
But there was also rumors X Cortec, Acetech, or people were like, "Oh yeah, it's the same company, same people." Uh, that I heard those rumors too. I don't know how true they are. Um, but
Who
with
cares?
how business works, I mean, it could be. But moving on from the tracer, I wanted to give that a little spotlight for all you shotgun users that don't know we have that.
3 a.m. Well,
We
who's in
do.
chat?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Hudson's here. Lol.
Does he have a
Uh,
shotgun?
he does not have a shotgun, but he said flashlights are better for open play. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, in a sense, but the tracer does definitely help you see your shots, and I think on a shotgun, it's also just another like touch of uniqueness on it. You know.
I don't think you really get much of a big disadvantage using tracer units. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't like tracer units because there's this disadvantage that they bring. But
Outside of the flash, I mean, if you know you're smart about it. And I mean, it's realistic. It's like if you
most
fire,
people aren't going to be paying that close attention.
yeah, that too. People, I mean, airsofters have an attention span of like 2 seconds. How do I know I'm an airsofter? Haha, bro.
Nice, dude. The
Anyways,
self-deprecation, that's just crazy.
self-deprecating jokes. Ed showed me the other day. That's that new weird looking guy. Looks so goofy. Yeah, it's an old i3. Reminds me. Hudson said.
Yeah, it's not new. It's old.
Yeah, Hudson says it looks goofy, dude. It looks like the Master Chief helmet.
It looked really, really sick in 2003.
Yeah,
It was the
man.
coolest thing you could
You
put on
had to
your
be there.
head.
You had to be there.
Or the,
Um,
the full face, the
with
entire helmet with the hard,
yeah, yeah.
the Filipino special.
Early day airsoft, or yeah, early days. Last thing that I'm probably gonna touch on tonight is these magazines, as we're running out of time. I wanted to bring these up because I know all you guys that play in tournaments love these, and SpeedQB is this weekend. Like I said, these are PTS EPM1 250 round mid caps. Well, this one is the shorter version looks really good, and this is also a 170 round mid cap.
Which that was as much as the late gen murder mags, right?
Yeah, and both
That's
of
a lot.
these, yeah, these are a lot of BBs. They feed really well. Both of these will complement your any build really well, to be honest,
Well,
depending on some factors. But for the most part, they are our go-to mag if you're looking for a mid cap, especially if you're playing SpeedQB. You can max out at 250,
yeah,
so
you
take
better
advantage of that. So you can
get
have
your
four
behind
mags.
on over to Gateway 2 and get their RPS upgrade kit for the Odins, because you don't want to be using
Yeah.
the normal
So
push speed loader for
there's only one
250 rounds.
company, or there's actually two companies now. If you guys follow Russell Customs Airsoft on Instagram, he's the new guy on the block. He's doing all these brushless
Never heard of them.
rebuilds. He's the guy that does like the American Milsim guns, I think. Um,
Okay.
yeah, but he's
I didn't
work.
see him over there.
Yeah, he's working with a guy that does CNC, and that guy has actually taken a copy out of Gateway, the Odin wheel, and that exists now. So there's multiple
So they ripped it
options.
off?
I don't know if they ripped it off. It doesn't look like.
Yeah, that's a loaded term. I'm just gonna. I don't know.
So if you guys look it up and you guys see it, the Gateway one I can specifically speak on because I was employed there at the time that this was released and I got to use it myself
So you're
and
not
bought one.
under an NDA?
No, I'm not. So at least not for that.
Just checking.
The Gateway one is made out of Delrin. It's got like a starfish pattern to it. It is white. You guys will see it in the store or online.
And
What
they
it
went with.
does is it makes the fins that push your BBs when you spin it. It makes those practically indestructible. I still have mine from when they got released, and that was about a year and a half ago.
They were
Um,
prototyping it. I remember they were using aluminum for the wheel, but they decided to go with Delrin because it was actually it gave a little bit more. It was
yeah,
easier on the BBs when
the
you're
uh,
cranking really hard.
the aluminum actually
They
ended
would just
up
shatter all your BBs.
they'll shatter all
The
your
aluminum
BBs.
ones.
But here's the difference with the Russell Customs guy that his homie that does the same kind of concept, but aluminum. It's not a copy of the Gateway one. It's a copy of the Odin one. It looks exactly like an Odin one, except it's not made out of polymer. It's made out of aluminum. So I don't know how well that would work. I mean, because I also understand aluminum's a soft metal, so I feel like if the fins,
No,
the bumps on
not
that,
against plastic.
not against plastic.
Definitely
So
not.
I think that one should be fine as well. But I do prefer the Gateway one as with those big cup like fins. Like I feel like they spin a little bit better. And those have loaded my 250 EPM ones. I've loaded those with the Gateway wheel for a year and a half, and it has yet to show any signs of slipping or wear. So definitely recommend that.
Well, I heard a story. One person had an issue with theirs, but who knows, man? It could be down to the quality of the Delrin too. So
It could be,
how
or
many
maybe
were those?
install.
250.
Yeah, 250.
Yeah, man. You can if you're playing a tournament, EPM ones are kind of the magazine to use because what's a standard rifle loadout for a tournament? Like five, seven mags, something like that.
Well, now it's limited to four.
It's limited to four.
Yeah, you have
Some open class, huh?
three on your belt and one in your gun.
No more.
And then I hide
You
one at
can't do
X.
like Adrian used to do anymore, huh?
Yeah, no.
You like
Uh,
nine mags on him.
yeah, I totally hide an extra mag at X though. Yeah, totally. I'm a pack player. I don't go to X. Um, I don't move out of my back bunker because I'm fat. So,
But
um,
anyways, if you're playing public play and you just want to carry like,
well, a
I mean,
DJ.
I had seven
Can I
mags
tell
in
you the
my
time?
1,750 rounds. That's
Yeah.
like almost a bag of BBs.
DJ showed up to it was SpeedQB 2019, and this was when DJ was on SOAS. And we just met. He showed up to a SpeedQB. This is the reason why they started doing mag limits, by the way. He showed up with a SpeedQB belt, no dump pouch, the OG one, right? Mags all around. He had that and a chest rig on. In total, he had 23 mags on him. I tried peeking him when I was on my barrier. Nope. He had 23 magazines and
Was that AEG or Polar Star?
Polar Star.
You must
So it's
fill
just
up after every
yeah,
set,
so
huh?
it's just nonstop. Like he would just sit there, like you're not peeking. He's like,
90 CI tank.
yeah, he's like 23 mags. I just make sure they don't peak. And I mean that strategy works, but then they were like, okay, like make it a fair playing field. So
Nah, I like the unfair advantages. I like when you
yeah,
use your noodle.
well that's what CSL is for. Because CSL there's no mag limit and you can feather. So
You
I'd
walk your
really
trigger?
yeah, you can walk, you can feather, you can do whatever you want as long as it's not full auto.
Do
Uh,
they require a chin strap?
no.
Oh, probably a bad move.
Well, I doubt airsoft BB is gonna a stream of airsoft BBs is gonna knock your paintball mask off.
No, but if you trip and fall,
That is a fair
I
point.
almost lost my back when I didn't think chin straps. I
Ian
thought they were lame.
Ian lost his mask on Monday when he was here.
Really?
He tried to hit
He
a
didn't have a chin strap, huh?
no, he tried to pull a me and hit a dive into the snake with a full length rifle. Uh, and I've had
What's going on with
accidents.
the chat?
Chat. Oh, Hudson says my friend carries 7 mags, one gun, three on play kit. Oh my god. Yeah, 7 mags is like a good medium.
I
I
have
think.
like five up front, one on my belt, six on my person. I can carry
Yeah.
two more on my back if I'm running
I,
air.
I've I've carried up to 12 at a tournament before the mag limits.
Yeah, I
Uh,
did seven, but those didn't even hold
yeah,
250. Some of
six
those are like 90, some of those are 120.
6 on my chest and three on both sides of my hips. Uh, and I had a jump pouch.
Why don't we tell them the bad thing about these mags? What
Oh,
sucks about these mags?
they might be a little too strong for some guns. You
Yeah,
might need to make some adjustments there. Um, oh, we
like
are
cut
going
your.
way over time.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
My
gonna
bad.
wrap it up here, I guess. But SpeedQB is this weekend. I hope to see you guys out there. I
In
will be out there.
conclusion,
Yeah.
die for the best mask.
Say hi. Mag limits. Um, totally gonna cheat and put a mag at X for myself. Uh, no, I'm just kidding. Or mag limit. They check you on the wall. It's not like they check you on the breakout wall. Come on, man.
They check your belt line.
Yeah. So that's a mandatory thing.
It's weird.
Yeah. Weird.
They check your ankles.
I don't know.
Like you're a shorty, like you're.
Yo, who's refing this year? You gonna check my ankles? I'm gonna hide a mag in there.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Later, Hudson. Yeah, sorry, Eric. I know you joined a little late. We'll be back next week around the same time. We'll have some more stuff to talk about. So if you guys have any questions or things you want to see us talk about, please email us or leave a comment.
Yeah,
Uh,
suggest us topics.
yeah, leave a comment in the replay. If there's something you guys really want to see, we'll try and make it happen. But other than that, you guys have a great night. All right, it's good seeing everybody. Hopefully, we'll see you guys at some of our events that we mentioned. So.